Right, recording on Zoom and about to broadcast on Facebook in a second after I type. Regain control of your life live stream. Discover deep truths about yourself. Experience life outside of time itself. And learn who you are within time. How do you see yourself in time? So we'll close the door and here we go. Okay, so baby time. I'm in a meeting right now, so I'll see you later. All right, bye. Okay, I love you. Good, bye. Bye. Are we live? Yes, probably so. Good evening. Good evening, good evening. Welcome to Thursday night. Welcome to the video here. Welcome to Regain Control of Your Life. This is the third in the 3-week series, live streams here on Facebook. I'm so grateful for you joining and sticking with the deep processing that we're doing here today. So just hang out for a bit here as people are joining, and let me know if you can hear okay. I'm optimistic that everything is working well, so thank you for that. And we're going to get started in just a second. Similar to last 2 times, we'll have a chance to do deep work, somewhat meditative, and get some deep insights from yourself. So be sure to get pen and paper. Hey, Brendan, thank you very much. Get some pen and paper or crayons if you like. We're going to be accessing inner child again. And we will get started very shortly. Actually, my man Brendan's here, so we should just get started now. So yeah, just check in for a moment that you have a nice place to relax. I'm curious as to how your week went. After our first week, we looked at healing the inner child and looking at the deepest needs that your younger self has experienced, and then regaining our personal purpose in life. What's your life purpose last week? So I'm curious, how have you been treating yourself differently in the past week? What have you noticed in the past week? Having your inner child power back online, having that energy back with you in the present moment, so it's no longer locked back during those traumatic experiences from childhood. Hey, Shardan, good to see you. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, I'm real excited. Thank you guys for joining. Super cool. I'm glad. A lot of gratitude. So just put in the chat how you've been treating yourself in the past week, especially in relation to having reconnected with your inner child and with life purpose. Well, we'll just settle back for a minute after that. I'm going to go today. The program will basically allow us to get a very high level view of our life, and will be like a life detective for ourselves. See how things are going. Continuing to think a lot about how we can make different choices. Perfect, Brendan. Yeah, this work takes time, and the simmering process is a powerful, important part. So you may not see specific changes immediately, but yeah, that clarity, good. Glad to see that is a big part of what we're going for. Having that awareness is a super important part of being able to make different choices. And this is what we're going to be able to do today. So regaining control of our life is the key phrase today. We're going to have a super high level view of our lives. And I wrote down some others in the chat. Oh, where did that go? I put it in the content for this, and now I don't see where I typed that, but I put that here. Where did I write? High level view of ourselves, chance to make other choices for how we move forward. And learn who we are inside and outside of time. That'll be a real special experience, I hope. So let us get settled. I see that clear in your decision making and a lot more present. Beautiful. We're definitely going to do that here again today. So yeah, thanks for relaying that. So I'm going to drop my energy a bit. I invite you to do the same and get connected to your physical body. Settling down. Allowing your breathing to relax. And we'll reconnect with a grounded energy. Noticing what's true for you in your body. And just allow it to be in this moment. Noticing your breath. Just take a deep breath and allow it to flow all the way down into your core. And just let it out. And let your body relax even more deeply. Another deep breath, breathing in. Down into your diaphragm, the whole core of your body, then let it out. Just breathe. Next breath, allow yourself to breathe all the way down into your toes, energizing your core, your peripheral body, fingers and toes. And then just let it out again. Allow yourself to remember last week, last time we got in touch with our inner child, a younger version of ourselves. Notice what it's been like reconnected to that energy. We're going to take a moment and allow our bodies to stay physically grounded and our consciousness is going to go for a journey. And we'll start by noticing some earlier times in life. As if they were movies. Allowing scenes to move before your eyes. And just allow those scenes to play out. As they happened. Nothing to do, and simply noticing. Without getting too connected to any particular scene. Keep your consciousness light, floaty. You might visualize yourself separated from the scene, just experiencing it as a third-party observer. And allow your consciousness to float up even further away from the scenes. Noticing the area of the world in which they took place. Floating up for an even higher view, getting even more perspective on how life has occurred. Moving up even higher in your imagination, seeing the curvature of Earth. And just notice the different cities in which you've had different experiences. just as if they were dots on a globe. Noticing the moments of your life from a very broad perspective. Recognizing the highs, recognizing the lows, just as different moments. Recognizing the points on Earth where you have these experiences, like a line connected between them. Just as different points along the line. We're at a very high level, seeing your life and moving up even higher, allowing yourself to see all of your life as you've moved different places around the world. Seeing your entire life as a continuous experience with its own many experiences inside it. Noticing from this perspective, we're actually outside of time itself. We're able to see the entire life as a continuous flow of consciousness. Seeing how it played out over time, over the face of the earth. Take a moment to witness your life from this perspective. Outside of time. What patterns do you notice? The patterns come so clearly from this perspective. Notice the patterns. And notice you can easily write them down while staying connected to this consciousness that exists outside of time. Write them on your paper. We'll do chat later. For now, just on paper, noticing the patterns in your life. Easily seeing patterns, easily understanding the connections. Clearly understanding the part you played in these experiences. It all becomes so clear. Notice what choices you made. Knowing you did the best you could in all of those moments. Blessing the younger version of yourself. Doing the best they can at any and every moment along that line. Recognizing clearly the things you learned from the experiences. Both the good and the bad. And seeing from this perspective They're just experiences. All connected by a single thread of consciousness. We'll have a couple more minutes of this high perspective, recognizing you can come back at any time. Noticing the connections. And taking notes for yourself. Remember what you've discovered. And when you're ready, we'll begin to bring our awareness into more of a focus, looking at the line of your consciousness as it lays out on earth. See the moment that's happening now and allow yourself to move down through the dimension orthogonal to time, moving down toward that timeline into the now. And breathing as your consciousness arrives back into the now, back into your body. Clearly remembering all that you've learned by seeing your life from outside of time. We take a couple more minutes to jot down notes. And when you're ready, feel free to put them in the chat as well. What was it like to experience your life outside of time and to witness your life from outside of time? What were the big patterns that you noticed? Maybe how moving from place to place might cause a certain reaction in your life. Maybe how the change in your relationships affect your emotional state. As people move in and out of your life. What big patterns did you notice? I get that. Thank you, Brendan. Yeah. And this is an awareness that's just an awareness. You can make a choice based on this knowledge without shaming your past self. Just recognizing what you can learn about yourself from this perspective, seeing outside of time, seeing your life from outside of time. Yeah, good awareness. Yeah, I got it. Thank you, Brendan. Perfect. Seeing lots of good awareness here. Yeah, absolutely. I like that. You did the best you could at the time. Yeah, beautiful. So now we're going to take a moment to look at the self within time. Here we are in this present moment. For me, I'm experiencing sitting on my bouncy yoga ball, looking into a camera, two cameras actually, and seeing my brother Brendan's chat come up on the screen. Feeling very grateful. This is the present moment right now. What present moment are you experiencing? Whether you're seeing this live or as a replay, this is a present moment right now for you. Who are you in this present moment? You don't have to have an answer. But we're going to look at some options about who you are and who you play for yourself. The book Power of Now talks about this moment. Eckhart Tolle talk about the power of now. And that coming from, based on his understanding of the Course in Miracles, very powerfully talking about now, the power here in this moment. And at the same time, we have an ego body, an ego self that's having this experience. It wants to be in charge in different ways. And that's a huge topic. So I want to look at that today in terms of this apparent experience of time. Have a past, having a future in the mind here, in the ego. Does it really exist? Don't know. That's not going to be the point right now. The point is, who do you think you are right now having this experience? And now, whatever your answer is, that's fine. You can put it in the chat if you like, don't have to. The real question is, who do you think your past self is? Do you treat your past self as if it's a boss telling you what to do? Do you treat your past self as not a victim, like as someone to blame for the experiences you're experiencing now? How do you see your past self? That's the real question. Do you see your past self as having wasted a lot of time? Do you see your past self as having done all the cool things and there's no more cool things left to do? Just notice for yourself in this moment, how do you see your past self? You see the cause of all your problems. You see where you want to go. Is your past self very much alive for you? Hollering at you, telling you what to do? Just notice that. Take a moment, write those down, what you believe about your past self. Who do you see as your past self? Give about another minute for that, and you can put them in the chat if you like. But really, this is for you. You don't have to put it there. I'm very curious to know though, so feel free. Or you can message it to me privately. About another 30 seconds. Past self lived to be validated by others without worrying about who I am. Yeah. Wanting that validation. Just notice the way you experience your past self. When you're ready, we're going to come back to the present moment. Breathing again, noticing your physical body. And come back into your present self. Here in this moment. and reconnect with how you saw your current self from earlier. Just breathe into that. Yeah. Good. Makes so much sense now. I am thrilled to hear that. It's exactly how we regain control, recognizing these patterns. So a little bit longer connecting with your present self. And I guess you can guess what's next. Breathing in this moment. And turning your consciousness around the other direction, looking toward the future from this moment. How do you see your future self? Is your future self going to get it all sorted out? Maybe your future self is a superhero that's figured it all out. Is your future self your boss, harping on you what you need to do right now so your future self can live happily? Maybe your future self is your employee. You've got lists of things for future self to do. Notice how you perceive your future self. Is your future self your best friend for whom you would do anything? Is your future self your worst enemy? Always being lazy? Being more cognizant of my thoughts and feelings, but doing it like a boss. That's right. That reminds me of the video, Like a Boss, Lonely Island. My past self enjoyed those videos very much. Do you have lots of hopes and dreams for your future self? How do you regularly perceive your future self? If your future self were a different person, how would you describe the relationship you two have? What type of relationship do you want to have? I'm saying frozen. Does that mean the video is frozen or your relationship is frozen? I'm still moving on my screen, so I hope it's working. It's all frozen. We'll do it all again later. Don't worry about it. All right, lost for a second. Think we're back. Noticing how you perceive your future self as equals. Good. Yeah, no longer being controlled by fear. Beautiful. Excellent. Picture done. Thank you. Noticing how you perceive your relationship as if with another person, and how do you want your relationship with your past self to be? How do you want your relationship with your future self to be? And bring yourself back into this present body, noticing again your present self. Breathing. Back in this present moment with your present self. What kind of relationship do you want to have with your present self after noticing the relationship you have with your past self and future self? Maybe a little bit more forgiving. Maybe a little bit less forgiving. How are you going to act with yourself in the present moment? Yeah. You want to be a smooth relationship with future self. You make it difficult for future self. That's good awareness, Shraddhan. Thank you. And gratitude for your past self, protected you and taught you a lot. Yeah. Now it's time to soar. And this comes to the point of this exercise, noticing the past, noticing the future self. How will you act in this moment? Moment to moment, recognizing what type of relationship you've had with your past and future selves. What does it mean to soar right now? What does that mean for you? Too often make it difficult. What does that mean right now? How can you make different choices now to have a smooth relationship with your future self? I like to think of my past self as my best friend who did all sorts of great things for me to bring me into this place. And I like to think of my future self as my best friend for whom I'll do anything. And I also have the idea of being best friends with my current self. Balancing the relationship between the three of me. If my past self has too much pressure, I might take a bit of a break. You advocate for your highest good. That's what it means to soar, to not give in to fear. That's right. And so allowing yourself to not give in to fear, what does that mean for you? What's a positive language way of saying that? Instead of not give in to fear, what will you do instead? Allow you to question choices instead of going with the default. Yeah, beautiful. Having this awareness and bring you into a new relationship with yourself, with a newfound understanding of who you are within time and who you really are when you go to a perspective orthogonal to time. Noticing your life outside of time. Yeah, without the past self would be no now. That's right. So blessings to all of yourselves. I invite you to bless yourself in the way that serves you, acknowledging the past, acknowledging the future as constructs that may or may not be real, who knows, but this present moment is where the power lies. Making the best choices you can, given what you notice as you look at time. Thank you for regaining control of your life through this awareness. I'm super grateful for your willingness to see life from a new perspective. And we will continue this type of work in the upcoming Thursdays. It'll be our private group on Zoom instead of Facebook Live. So message me if you want to get details on that. Super powerful stuff. We'll have faster interaction, real-time interaction on Zoom, and be able to go super deep with your very specific questions and real-time coaching and hot seats for you. So thank you very much. I'm very excited to hear how much clarity you got in today's experience. Sorry for the blip in the connection. That'll be yes to all of ourselves, past, present, and future. Absolutely, here. So thank you, Brendan. Thank you, Shraddhan, for being here in the present moment, and thank you guys in the future for re-experiencing this for your present moment. Let me know how it went, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you. Oh, Christine, hey, good to see you. So thank you guys. Talk to you very soon. Mata, Jane. See you next week. Joining our live versions. YouTube, Brendan, thank you. Very grateful. Cool. All right. See you guys next time. Mata.